Massive protests engulf D.C. as Trump's second inauguration looms. Washington D.C. is bracing for impact as President-elect Donald Trump prepares to reclaim his throne in a spectacle that promises to be part circus, part dystopian fever dream. Yesterday, the People's March descended upon the Capitol with all the subtlety of a glitter bomb in a library. An estimated 50,000 protesters flooded the streets, their voices echoing off the marble monuments like a discordant symphony of dissent. The People's March, a rebranded version of the Women's March, saw signs brandishing slogans like "Save America" and "My Body, My Choice" dotting the landscape. It's a colourful reminder that not everyone's thrilled about Trump's second coming. Aisha Becker Burrows, one of the protesters, didn't mince words. "These laws endanger our lives. Women are dying." It's a stark reminder that behind the political theatre, real lives hang in the balance. Tamika Middleton, managing director at the Women's March organisation, emphasised that this isn't just a one-day event. "We're not thinking about the march as the endgame," she said, aiming instead for ongoing activism across varied social justice issues. It's a far cry from the 2017 Women's March, which saw an estimated 4 million participants nationwide. This time, organisers are focusing on quality over quantity, aiming to mobilise a dedicated core of activists for the long haul. Meanwhile, the soon-to-be twice-inaugurated president has decided to move his ceremony indoors to the Capitol Rotunda. Apparently, even Mother Nature is expressing her opinion on Trump's return. She's turned Washington into a freezer, forcing the ceremony into the comfort of central heating. It's a move that echoes Ronald Reagan's 1985 indoor inauguration, proving that history does indeed repeat itself, sometimes with a frostier reception. But let's talk numbers, because nothing says democracy quite like a good old-fashioned head count. 25,000 law enforcement officials have been deployed to keep the peace, including 4,000 officers from various states and 7,800 members of the National Guard. That's more uniforms than you'd find at a Broadway production of Les Miserables. Over 30 miles of anti-scale fencing have been erected, turning the Capitol into a fortress fit for a, well, you know, the security measures extend beyond mere manpower. Significant parts of downtown DC are under lockdown, including Pennsylvania Avenue, the National Mall, and areas around the Capitol, Convention Center, Capital One Arena, and Union Station. Hard road closures have been designated for pedestrian traffic only, while pedestrian restricted zones require screening for entry. It's like trying to navigate a labyrinth, only with more bureaucracy and fewer minotaurs. As for the inauguration itself, Trump's team has pulled out all the stops. Nelly, Carrie Underwood and Christopher Macchio are set to perform the national anthem, a lineup that's about as eclectic as Trump's cabinet choices. The ceremony will be followed by the Liberty Ball and a MAGA victory rally, because apparently one party just isn't enough to celebrate the dawning of this new era. But the real show is happening online, where social media has turned into a virtual battleground. Hashtags like #resist and #LoveTrumpsHate are trending faster than Trump can type "Covfefe," turning Twitter into a meme war with slightly higher stakes and fewer cat pictures. It's a testament to the power of digital activism in the modern age, where a tweet can be as potent as a protest sign. And let's not forget the economy. Local businesses in DC are experiencing a Trump bump of their own. Airbnb hosts are either cashing in or cashing out, with room rates skyrocketing to between $650 and $2,800 a night. For that price, you'd expect the Lincoln Memorial to tuck you in personally. However, many businesses face disruptions due to the heightened security measures and crowding, a reminder that even in the land of opportunity, not everyone wins. Trump's victory over Kamala Harris in the 2024 election set the stage for these protests. His performance in swing states like Michigan, Pennsylvania and Wisconsin secured him crucial electoral votes, with a margin of just over 230,000 votes across these states. It's a stark reminder of how a relatively small number of votes can shape the course of history. Of course, it wouldn't be a Trump presidency without a side of legal drama. As he enters his second term, Trump faces ongoing challenges, including the limitations on presidential immunity established by the Supreme Court ruling in Trump v. United States on July 1, 2024. It seems the only thing higher than the inauguration security budget is Trump's legal fees. But amid all this chaos, there's a silver lining. The spirit of democracy is alive and kicking, even if it's currently wearing a pink pussy hat and chanting, "No Trump, no KKK." From the Rust Belt to the Sun Belt, Trump's victory has left the nation more polarized than a pair of designer sunglasses. Yet, in this division, we see the true strength of American democracy, the right to disagree, to protest, and to make your voice heard. As Washington braces for the storm, both meteorological and political, one thing's for sure, we're in for one wild ride. Whether you're celebrating or commiserating, remember that participation in democracy goes beyond just voting. Stay informed, stay engaged, and who knows, maybe in 4 years, we'll be doing this all over again. In the meantime, if you're feeling overwhelmed by the political circus, just remember, at least we're not dealing with a global pandemic on top of all this. Small mercies, folks, small mercies. As we hurtle towards Inauguration Day, one thing's clear. America's deep-seated divisions are on full display. But in the words of a great philosopher, or was it a fortune cookie, in diversity, there is beauty and there is strength. So let's embrace the chaos, shall we? After all, it's not every day you get to witness democracy in action, complete with protest signs, inaugural balls, and enough political drama to fuel 1,000 Netflix series. And while we're at it, let's not forget the unsung heroes of this political extravaganza, the meme creators. They're working overtime to turn every political gaffe, every impassioned speech, and every awkward photo op into internet gold. In these trying times, laughter might just be the best medicine, or at least a good distraction from the fact that we're living in a reality that even the most imaginative satirists couldn't have dreamed up. So, as we watch the inauguration unfold, let's raise a toast to democracy, in all its messy, chaotic, sometimes infuriating glory. Here's to 4 more years of political whiplash, Twitter wars, and enough material to keep late-night comedians employed for the foreseeable future. After all, in the grand theatre of American politics, we're all just players on the stage. Some of us just happen to have better seats than others. And remember, folks, no matter which side of the political fence you're on, we're all in this together. So let's try to play nice, shall we? Or at least, let's try to keep the food fights to a minimum at the Thanksgiving table. It's going to be a long 4 years, and we're going to need all the stuffing we can get. So sit back, buckle up, and get ready for the ride of a lifetime. It's going to be bumpy, it's going to be wild, and it's definitely going to be memorable. Welcome to Trump's America 2.0, now with extra covfefe. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Ron de Parmesan, and this has been another Newscat special report.